What up? What up? Good afternoon, people. It has been a while. I figured we'd talk some. I figured we'd talk some good stuff today, and just hang out. Feel like it's been a while since I've seen you guys. Uh, be a good night. I know that Pete said that he was having some issues. So, with his, I forgot what it said. I just know he said he wasn't able to go live. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. We'll post a little something on here. So, let me get set up real quick. I'm gonna post a link in the chat if you guys want to jump on. There we go. Oh, there's your link right there. All right. Hey, wrong time to be. Why you say wrong time to be streaming, CJ? Oh, let's go. All right, guys. Like I said, we'll give it a few more minutes. You guys are welcome to jump on if you want. Come on here. We're gonna talk some cool stuff. Except because Edward started streaming again. It's all good, buddy. Um, yeah, just got some cool things. Like I said, we got some recruiting updates, off season, which of course it's always off season talk. What's up, Vic? You're welcome to jump on here and chill with me, buddy. Um, and I do have over and under hype teams on here. Um, and I did want to talk about what's up, Pishan, but I did want to talk about what's it called? Some games that I want to stream going into next. I say next year, end of the season. Oh, you're good, CJ. You you do what you gotta do, big dog. You do what you gotta do, CJ. But all right, let me pull it up. Okay. So first off, recruiting updates. I think we all can agree we've heard a little bit here and there as far as what teams have done what. I think some of the biggest that I've heard so far, uh, which of course Georgia, my dogs, but I know we've heard a lot from Florida. We've heard a lot from Ohio State, which I know that Ohio State does a good job in recruiting, but Ohio State lately, you've heard a lot from Alabama, the main ones, but kind of wanted to highlight some that you really don't, you know, you really don't hear that much about. I know UCF ended up getting them a really good recruit. I'm about to look it up. College football recruiting updates. But I saw UCF got one. What's up, Jacob? Um, I did see that Colorado got them another one. Uh, like to see Wisconsin. What's up, say UJ? Like to see Wisconsin getting them one. I thought this was crazy, and y'all tell me what you think. I've seen when people are, saying that Wisconsin is going to win 6 to 7 games automatically. Like, I was very. I don't. I'm not knocking it at all. Don't get me wrong. I'm pro Wisconsin, but is that a mix of they just had a good bit of talent on their team already, or are they giving Luke Fickle a lot of credit, like from the get go? Um, very curious to see how this whole Hugh Freeze. I want to see how he's recruiting, so I'm going to look his class up in a bit. Open my energy drink real quick because we're going to be chilling. Mm. Ooh. Of course, you guys, if you're a Georgia fan, Alan A. Thank you for telling me. CJ told me earlier. Yeah, at the very least. Yeah, my thing is, Jacob, Wisconsin winning that many games, is it because they just have talent on their team, or is Luke Fickell getting a lot of credit? Like, that's what I want to know. Oh, snap. You got, oh, yeah. Okay, so fishing, what UJ is talking about, he's going to get us a room Friday night. That way we can go there early. We'll spend the night, Friday night there, and just be close by. We'll be close to him and be close by for the softball game. So heads up, definitely plan for that, Mr. Fisher. Okay, guys, Florida moves up to number 2 in latest ESPN recruiting rankings. That's for real. Florida added 9 players to its 2024 recruiting class in the month of June. 9 players. They are at number 2 right now in the July update. DJ Lagway is still the top offensive recruit under his commitment to Florida, but it's the new names on defense that have UF stock rising so rapidly. Woo, okay. Wisconsin has been really well coached for years and a great culture to make it even better. I think they should be. Yeah, Jacob, it's not like they had a terrible coach. We both agree with that. We know that. I do. I see what you're saying though. Is they have a good team, they have a good culture. Now you're putting in just a better coach, a better X's and O's guys for sure. This is wild. Okay, so you had last year, Florida brought in 18 4-stars. Well, 2 out of those 18 4-stars were in the top 100. Now this year they have the number 2 class in the 2024 recruiting class, and I want to say they had anywhere from 6 to 8 that were in the top 100. ESPN had to fire 12 white people to make that Florida recruiting news. Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying because they were lacking on money. Say UJ. I got you. So there you go. That's one. So you got Florida. Georgia just got a 4-star offensive tackle today who's bigger than most office buildings. He's 6'6.5" or 6'7.5", 355 pounds, if I'm right. He's a big man, mama. Yeah, I got 3 linebackers in the top 100. That's right. You got like the 51st, the 53rd, and then the 84th player. These are overall, not at their positions. That's crazy too. What's up, Crimson? Style of football beats up on our list. Every now and then they beat some teams more. I like it, Jacob. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that take. Here you go. You got, of course, Georgia has Dylan Raiola, number 1 overall player in 2024 ranking. They have a 4-star receiver, Na Carr, who is the number 5 or 6 receiver in the class. Dwight Phillips, 4-star. Just anyways, going along with all this dude, there he goes. He's a little over 6'6", right under 360 pounds. He has a almost 7-foot wingspan. Like, that's wild, bro. That's wild to me. Okay, moving on. Who's next? Oh, Alabama. Let's get some updates on Alabama going. See how this here Nick Saban is doing. Alabama spent most of the spring slow playing its 2024 recruiting class, as it does most years. Agreed. They get hot towards the end of the recruiting cycle. Alabama enjoys the luxury of taking its time with the recruiting process. Hold on. Oh, damn. Said somebody. As July commences, Bama is really starting to gain momentum with the recent commitment of a 3-star in-state D lineman. Wow, look at Bama. Bama got him a 3-star. That's awesome. That's really good. Bama, I'm proud of you. Proud of you, Alabama. Nick Saban with a super, Super commitment from a 3-star. And then they also got a cornerback. So that's great. Good job, Alabama. That's what it's going to take to beat Georgia. All the former 4 and 5 stars that you guys had, that doesn't help. All right. So, anyways, we'll skip Bama since there's nothing really to talk about. Ooh, is this Georgia Tech? Okay. Georgia Tech on the recruiting trail. So they've got all right. So they got 2 commitments from 2 quarterbacks, which is crazy to hear from Georgia Tech. They are 21st in the recruiting ranking right now. Georgia Tech is 21st in the recruiting ranking of the 24 cycle. Britt Key is making some positive changes at Tech and starting to show. With summer here, college football season is that much closer. And I agree. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what Georgia Tech staff is going to do. They do have a much better staff than they've had in a while. Just curious to see how it translates to the field. Let's see what they got. We do remember that Georgia Tech lost their quarterback Sims to, is it Wisconsin? Nebraska or Wisconsin won, ended up getting Georgia Tech's former quarterback Sims. So I thought that was tough. CJ said we're getting up there. Yeah, no, I know. Wow. So in the month of June, 62 players in the ESPN 300 announced their commitments, including 2 5-star prospects. One of them, as we know, was the DN that committed to Florida. The other one, I do not know. It doesn't say it. Oh, he went to Nebraska. Got you. Oh, let's see this. Ohio State landed a. Oh, that's who it was. Ohio State got a 5-star cornerback. So, dang. Texas has done really good at showing them. That's right. They got the #1 running back. That's wild. Well, I actually talked to somebody today, Zona, about you guys. You guys are going to be pretty good too. I just saw your good evening, but you guys are going to be pretty good too. Not only did you have a decent recruiting class, and I don't mean decent as in like nobody was great. You had a few guys that were really good, and then the rest were your average. But then you also brought in Justin Flo and Bill Norton from Georgia. You got Justin Flo from Oregon. Those were 2 huge pickups. Just the fact that Bill Norton's like 6'8", almost 300 pounds, and then Justin Flo, former #1 linebacker in the nation. What else? You got Lincoln Riley and the Trojans. Oh, snap. Oh, so in the month of June, USC picked up 8 commits in the top 300. Moved up to #11 in the most recent class. 5 of those commitments came on defense, an area of need for USC. Yes, exactly. Trojans landed 3 in-state secondary members in cornerback, and a safety. I love it. Also pulling in a D end and a linebacker. What? That's crazy. I see you, USC. I see you, bro. Yeah, I think Caleb Williams is going to do really good this year. I do think they need to start plugging in how to have a better defense, or else, like everybody else has said, Lincoln Riley's going to look the same, just like he did at Oklahoma. But it's good that he's recruiting. It's good that he's bringing in defensive talent. Okay, Mayhem. Luke Fickell is a great recruiter, so Wisconsin's going to get better talent. Oh, for sure, Jacob. In 3 years of Luke Fickell being there, dude, their roster is going to be stacked. And he was able to recruit at Wisconsin, so you know he's going to be able to recruit at Nebraska or at Wisconsin. He was able to recruit at Cincinnati, so you know he's going to be able to recruit at Wisconsin. We're talking about Stanford doing really good too. Oh, that's right. They have a new coach, Troy Taylor. I don't know where he's from, but oh, okay. Stanford got a few good pickups. Clemson boosts their 2024 and 25 class. Clemson landed 3 impact players over a 2-day span, and 5-star linebacker Sammy Brown, #10. Wow. Okay. #10 out of the top 300. and a pair of 4-star wide receivers in T.J. Moore and Bryant Wesco. That wasn't done there. 4-star running back Gideon Davidson and the number 51 recruit in the 25 class just became the Tigers' first junior pledge. Okay, so Clemson has a number 9 in the nation class right now. Oh, that's crazy, bro. Show me your face real quick, sir, EJ. That's you? Okay, just making sure. All right. All right, we're bringing on
my man.
What's up, big dog?
What's up, baby?
Mayhem Matthew, I just saw that, bro. That's awesome. I will definitely be there.
Go take care of them kittens, Mayhem.
Mayhem Matthew has a surprise for Georgia fans Saturday. That's pretty cool. Like, it's like a real surprise. Like, me and you will like it.
This Saturday?
Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, I was just like, I'm going over this. This is a huge recruiting board. I've never seen this before, but this is really cool. It just breaks down like a small summary of each team that are in the top 25. Just looking at this. And okay, here we go. We're going into Georgia. As you jump on, this pops up. Kirby Smart's program isn't relenting on the trail as the 2-time defending national championships, added to their top-ranked class by seeing defensive end Justin Green commit June 5th while flipping running back Chauncey Bowers from Florida on June 10th. Bulldogs 13, ESPN 300 pledges. Okay, lead the nation. I like it. What?
Well, yeah, Georgia took a step back this year from number 1 recruiting to number 2. So, I mean, it might be a little tougher this year.
And that's very true. Well, no, actually, we just moved back to number 1.
Yeah, well, like I said.
So, I'm going to tell Kirby to chill out.
Yeah, tell Kirby to calm down, bro. How you like that avatar I got there?
I do like it. Clemson's new morality head coach.
That morality head coach, he's going to get them at least in the top, like, not in the top 5, but like from 7 to 12 or something.
So what is that from?
That's from what's that damn movie?
Oh no, I know that. I'm saying what's that was like.
I sent Lou a picture. I sent Lou a picture for his morning show.
Yeah.
And I put that on there because everybody's talking about what a superior morality person Dabo is,
Oh, got you.
Yeah, how Dabo doesn't recruit players that get in trouble, He only recruits the best of the best character-wise,
Well, that's crazy. I'm happy for Dabo then.
Yeah, if I was really good with a picture, I'd put Dabo's face up there, but I'm not that good, So.
Oh, I may have to.
Yeah. If you want to mess with it, I just did it in a pinch. Somebody said they needed a picture, bro, and I came through,
Yes. Here's a good one. Ole Miss making moves. Lane Kiffin made a big move in convincing 4-star quarterback Austin Simmons, number 77 recruit in 25, to decommit from SEC rival Florida. Simmons will be heading to the Grove 2 years early and reclass. Oh, that's that kid that's like 12 years old. Reclassifying.
Georgia's going to beat the hell out of Ole Miss this year in Athens.
Oh, Ole Miss is coming to Athens?
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
That's going to be all. Dude, we haven't played them in a while.
That's the only team Kirby hadn't beaten the SEC.
I remember when Ole Miss had those two, who was it, the brothers on defense?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember their names, though.
Dude, that's back when their defense was nice.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But, this is good for Kiffin as far as getting a quarterback in. I thought he had a few good quarterbacks, and then it just seemed like this last year, Ole Miss went downhill. I have no idea what happened.
Well, you stop their run, bro. They're finished.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Forcing them into, forcing them into the pass.
That's how Georgia used to be. You remember?
Yes.
You stopped Georgia's run. We didn't have any weapons on the enough weapons on the outside and enough creativity to make you pay. Now you can stop the run all you want and we still beat your ass.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
I mean, Ole Miss is one dimensional in my mind. I mean, they can't they need a really good running game to keep that thing flowing.
Well, I remember Kirby talking about Tennessee and him, talking about it. Like, yeah, they have a lot of highlights on the pass game, but they're a running team. They actually had more rushes than we did.
Yeah, that's what we did when we shut down Tennessee's rush game last season. The last 2 seasons, dude, they're finished, bro.
Yeah, it that definitely showed on.
Yeah, they can't keep dumping it over the top every round of plays, man. It just don't work that way.
And he does a good job of scheming up plays to where if you are going to dump it, you think something's going to be there, and then it's not. He takes it away.
And I think Heupel's a great coach, man. I just think
Me
he's
too.
got to have a dynamic running back to keep that thing moving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't even run like we used to, dude. I don't even consider us running back you anymore.
Well, we don't allow to be. I mean, unless Brent Robinson goes off and he starts giving them 20 times a game.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. He tries to have such a balanced team. It's like he doesn't care about the running back you or he wants a championship.
I think that's part of damn Bama's problem right now is they can't. I mean, unless they have like 18 5-star receivers, dude, they got to be able to run it some. And they haven't been able to do that in the last couple of years.
And the tough part is, dude, their main running back, of course, just went to the draft. Well, the guy behind him just transferred. So now they have 2 freshman running backs coming in, and it's like that's
not good.
Like you just said, you needed a running game, and now you're even more depleted than you were last year.
Yeah, I think Milton can go off this year, dude, if he stays healthy.
Oh yeah, dude. And that's the part of Georgia's offense that will help him out is this. Well, and I guess I gotta say, bro, it's not like he got hurt in games. This man was getting hurt in practice.
Yeah,
it's like Kirby. I know Kirby is Kirby. I wish he would lighten the load on players in practice that are injury prone. Not saying take it easy on them, but these guys are getting 30 or 40 carries every scrimmage every day, and then they're getting hurt on Tuesday or Wednesday, and we play Saturday.
Yeah, I know.
Like
that's part of it, though, bro.
It is. I just maybe give the 20, 30 carries to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th string running back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, but then we got so many of them, bro. It's like, what do you do?
That is true. What's up, Jack?
Like you don't want Milton getting out of shape because he's only getting a couple carries in practice. I mean,
see, that's the part of what is the perfect world. If anybody could figure it out, Kirby could.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice, bro. I mean, you got to damn give him touches in practice to keep him ready for game time.
Yeah, no, and that's true. It's definitely a checks and balance type system.
Yeah.
Like
it's just hard when Georgia's been plagued with injuries in the preseason for a long time.
Yeah, before Kirby got here.
And way before Kirby, dude.
Agreed.
We've been dealing with that for years. I mean, it just seems like a plague on our team.
You know what? I agree, Jack. Jack said Milton has got a lot to prove to him. Jack, he said he's just being honest. He's overdue. Oh, we agree.
Yeah, he is. I mean, there's no doubt that he's overdue. I mean, but he's at the same time, Milton kind of came in when we were throwing it more than we were running it.
True, and then he had a few good runs, and it was like, oh, we didn't know he was that guy.
But I mean, it's nice having that in the backup. I mean, we just don't. I mean, we did that against Missouri. Remember, we weren't passing it worth a damn. We just started damn chunk play running it, and that's what happened. And we won the game.
You know what makes me so excited, dude, is knowing, yes, we have a good offensive line. We have a great offensive line, especially with Cedric Van Pran returning. And that's our center. Dude, the fact that Cedric Van Pran was the #1 center on the draft board last year and decided to stay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I may be wrong. People can call me ignorant or whatever. I believe it was one of those where Kirby and staff or whoever sat with him and went, hey, you're going to get drafted, but centers usually get drafted around this area. They get paid around this much as a drafted player. We can pay you that to stay for another year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
You can get a chance for a 3-peat and get paid that, and then get drafted next. So, anyways, I agree. Yeah, he says he wants to see Andrew Paul get enough touches to see how good he is. I want to say, Jack, Savon Clark he's another one of the running backs. Andrew Paul and Savon Clark, so UGA, are the guys in the spring game that you see get a lot of touches because they're like the 5th and 6th string.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll probably see more running this year than we did the last 2 years.
Oh, well, and that was my point before I got off on the Cedric Van Pran thing. But us having a good offensive line, dude, I feel we are going to bull. Not only do you have Kendall Milton, and yes, we've talked about Branson Robinson, but bro, what about Dejon Edwards?
Yeah.
That man, he is the shiftiest little. I mean, when he came in, everybody's like, "Oh, he's not that good. He's just a guy, a filler guy." That man turned into our best running back last year.
Absolutely.
That man turned into our best running back easy last year.
I just wish we'd have one of those years where we had an 800 to 1,000-yard rusher again.
If we did this year, it's going to be either. You know what? No, I'll be quiet. It could either be Kendall if he shows out. I think Dejon Edwards has the potential, but I do think Branson Robinson is going to. I think he's going to bowling ball his way into 500 yards for sure.
I think Milton has the best chance, but I don't know if he can stay healthy all season.
Agreed, which is why I don't think we need to try to do that with him. You know,
don't. But I'd like to see it, bro. What you doing, Nate?
Not much. Playing some Fortnite. But anyway, yeah. I used the word for Fortnite, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, I mean, I'll be happy to see Georgia's using a little bit of run game in the season because I'm interested if they, could have the potential or not, like the potential be like great, like as the other running backs in the nation, like what?
Oh yeah, well, and I'll say this: Jack was saying, he said Savon. I think that's who he's. Oh, he's talking about Cedric Van Pran. Yeah. Agreed, dude. And I love it. He said Georgia has proven since Kirby has been there, we keep one true elite leader for their senior year. Every year Kirby's been there. We lucked up and got Sony and Chubb. That second year, and we got a championship appearance. But you've had like Nolan Smith stay for his senior year. Now Cedric Van Pran, and I'll say this too, Jack. Yes, Cedric Van Pran is the most proven. Yeah, it is, Jack. You can call in, buddy. I put the link and I'll type it again. But you have I think we had 2 or 3 D tackles, so UGA, that stayed for their senior year. Probably could have went into the 5th, 6th round, maybe went undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just getting to that point where the rollover that's starting to happen.
Kirby recruits so well year in and year out that it's just a rotation, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we got names we're going to see this year that were 5 stars that may even be better than the ones we had last year. We just don't know yet because we haven't seen them consistently. Dude. I mean, he's loading Athens with so much talent that you just can't, there's no weakness.
I know. And what we might see out of Georgia this year, even whether we win a championship or not, what we might see out of Georgia this year is when Bama had Trenton Richardson and Derrick Henry. I want to say it was him, or it was Trenton Richardson and Mark Ingram, and they were just bowling ball, you couldn't stop it.
Henry did it all on his own, bro.
Yeah, he did. Derrick Henry was a machine.
Yeah,
I
heard a Georgia analyst say the other day that he thinks that our defense could be the best one we've ever had.
Well, you know why that's true, or potentially why that's true. When what's his name, Keely Ringo came to Georgia, we were so depleted. Keely started right away at cornerback.
Yeah.
Well, you can ask a lot of Georgia fans. they don't think Keely Ringo is the best cornerback in the world. There were a lot of mistakes that he had, and that's the part of he never had time to just sit back and craft.
Yeah.
He got thrown into the fire. To me, he's a strong safety. He's not even a corner. But we were so depleted, he had to play there.
Yeah.
Now we have so much depth everywhere. Now you've had guys that have had time to get better. I don't know. I may be wrong, but I don't think there's a weakness. I think
there's people that there's major SEC analysts right now that think Georgia's defense this year will average less than 10.2 points per game as the best defense we've ever had in 2021.
Got you.
I mean, that's saying something, bro.
It almost sounds fake.
It does, man. That's ridiculous, bro.
That almost sounds like you're not telling the truth, and somebody'd have to go look it up. And it's like, but
those are video game numbers, dude.
Exactly. Yeah, that's very true.
What you gonna do, Nate, when we play Michigan again in the playoffs and beat the hell out of y'all?
I want revenge, but to keep it real, I think Georgia will come out top though.
I think Michigan's moving towards it, bro. I really do.
Yeah.
I just don't think Harbaugh can recruit the talent.
Yeah, I mean he used to back in 2015, whatever it's called, but that's past. But since then, he hasn't done anything.
With me and Michigan and Georgia, I just think it's a depth issue. I think Georgia is so much deeper at all positions.
Just gonna say that, dog. Look, and my point I was gonna say was starters on other teams, and let's take it back to Mark Richt, like you talked about the preseason injuries. Mark Richt would recruit some pretty good players.
Yeah,
we'd have some really good names. One of them would go down, and we'd go, well, there goes the season.
Yeah, then there'd be a weak spot.
Yeah, and it's like other teams have really good first-string teams, but whether a player gets hurt or your team just gets tired because your first string can't play the whole game, your second string is such a far drop-off than your first string. That's when teams attack. That's when teams take advantage, and you can't do that at Georgia. When you play Georgia, that second string, heck, the third string is almost as good as the first string.
Look, man, when you got 5 stars leaving and entering the transfer portal, go to other schools because they're not good enough to start, dude, you don't have a lot of problems, bro.
Yeah, that's who was it? Mikael Sherman that left.
I mean, come on,
Nebraska.
Give me a break. I mean, and this whole thing about damn Nebraska and Wisconsin, man, give me a break, bro.
No, the reason why I'm so not curious, I'm excited about it is because it's first-year head coaches, and I love seeing people come in. And I know Georgia's not in this, but I love seeing first-year head coaches come in and beat somebody that's been somewhere for 6 years. You've been there for 6 years. You've recruited 5.5 classes, and this team comes in the first. Like, dude, all right, like that's kind of my thing. Is I love seeing teams get embarrassed for half tailing it. Vanderbilt. Well, not last year's Vanderbilt was one of the best Vanderbilt teams we've seen. They won like 2 or 3 games in the. What?
Well, if you want to talk about great Vanderbilts, that's with James Franklin.
No, it was since James Franklin. They have been terrible. And this finally, what's up, Daniel? And then this most recent year, Vanderbilt finally showed a little bit of life, and the dude was a first-year head coach with them. So I'm curious to see. I'm going to try to find Michigan on this.
Dude, I don't think this Wisconsin and Nebraska have 12 combined wins between the two of them this year.
I think the minimum for Nebraska, as a Nebraska fan or part Nebraska fan, probably 5 or 6.
No, I agree, Sir UGA. I do. I think Wisconsin will have the most wins. I think Nebraska, they'll get a few here and there. I think it just kind of, with both of those schools, they just have to prove this year. Same thing with Colorado. You just have to prove that you look better.
they gotta increase the depth, bro. They can't. I mean, this whole idea that they're gonna come in and just because Fickell's their coach, they're gonna win 9 games is a joke to me.
Yeah, I don't, and I know they have a decent roster. Wisconsin, out of Colorado, Nebraska, and Wisconsin has the best roster out of the 3. But that doesn't mean
what did Kirby go his first year, 7-6 or something?
It may have been 6 and 7. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
a lot more talent at Georgia when Kirby came in than those 2 teams do.
Agreed.
SEC, but still, I just don't buy this thing with those 2 teams this year that fast, man.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I thought this was pretty cool. I may have already told you this, but Colorado, out of all the transfers they got, I think it was around 60-something transfers, they had 41. It was 35 to 41, somewhere in that in between, from just the ACC and SEC. And I know it may have been the worst players or it may have been this, but it's like ACC and SEC teams don't recruit trash. So you're getting, like, one of the linebackers they got was from Clemson. He was the number 2 guy. He was behind the starting middle and outside linebacker at Clemson, who were both All-Americans. So, they have the talent, but even then, even if you have a little bit of depth, you still got to create chemistry. You still got to learn the playbook. You know what I mean? You still got to gel.
Yeah, I mean, Fickell's coming in. He's going to run a totally different offense there than they did before. I mean,
agreed.
And we're supposed to think that they're going to go from winning 4 games to winning 8 or 9. I mean, I just don't buy it.
I think investment over immediate success is always the best thing. If you happen to get immediate success while investing, so be it.
Nebraska's coach, I mean, he ain't done shit no matter where he was, but lose.
I know. That's why he got fired from the Panthers. I mean, only time he ever did good with the Panthers was when he had Cam Newton in his NBC prime seasons.
Scam Newton. Give me a break, man. Still didn't win no damn Super Bowl.
I know. Yeah, I pulled up Michigan. They have the number 6 quarterback committed. They have the number 5 tight end, number 7 running back, number 10 and 13 offensive tackle, number 10 tight end. This is not a bad class.
What are they nationally ranked?
4th.
4th.
Yeah. I mean, that's sick, bro.
Well, it just shows that Jim is not giving up. It seems like, you know exactly what I mean, dude. Back in the day, teams that would face Bama, they would show up one year and then they're out. You would never see them again. They'd show up 2 years in a row, then they're out. Like, somehow they just stop being really good.
Yeah, Harbaugh knows that year after year you got to win the recruiting battle to get to where you want to be.
Yeah. That's one thing I do respect.
That's been proven all throughout college football. If you don't win the recruiting battle and remain in the top 2 or 3, you're irrelevant.
That's one thing you can respect out of Jim Harbaugh is since he's gotten in the league, he knows.
Yeah. He knows, man. He's got to have the depth. He's got to have 5 stars at most positions. And the only way to do that is be in the top 1, 2, or 3 classes every season.
That's great. I'm going to look up recruiting rankings. I'd like to see top 10.
I mean, that's where college football is right now. You can't be anything less than that and hope to win the shit. I mean, you can have really good seasons and be a really good coach for a long time with top 10 recruiting classes.
Yeah.
But you can't. You're not winning the Natty every couple of years with like a 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 ranked recruiting class.
Yeah, that's one of those you happen to just show up one year, get hot one year. Yeah,
you get lucky with a few games, and you got a big play athlete at a position, and he does something for you.
Are you saying that Michigan got lucky?
No, I'm talking about like a Vince Young luckily.
Never mind.
Like. I mean, Texas was really good that year, but Vince Young won him that Natty.
Yeah. Though, what's going to happen with the new playoff system, I know we have 4 this year and then going into 12, you're going to see a lot less of those teams show up because it is so hard for a player, a Vince Young or whoever, to have multiple great games in a row.
Yeah, he's only going to have one, dude, and he's going to get stuffed in the.
Yeah, agreed.
I think Nate, I think Michigan is the closest behind Georgia and Bama and maybe really Georgia and Bama, if you ask me. Right now, I think Michigan's the closest one that's going to win one.
Yeah, I agree. I just like Michigan with the over the hump with the with Ohio State. I hope they will win if they. I know they're the
I'm talking
favorites.
about them beating Ohio State.
So Ohio,
Well,
brand new quarterback this year too, man. I ain't buying that hype either, bro.
True.
the quarterback for the Georgia.
They're gonna, I mean,
No,
I
he's
think,
talking about Ohio State having a new quarterback. He
Oh
said he's
yeah,
not.
I'm not buying it either.
yeah. I mean, they're not. I mean, they had a damn best quarterback they've had in decades last year.
Yeah, since Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And now this year they're going to be damn. I mean, their schedule gives them a chance to be 11-1 or 12-0, but I mean, I'm not buying it either, bro.
Yeah,
It is crazy. That's the cool part to me about college football is how much things can change from year to year.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with Georgia with Beck being the starter.
yep.
Oh yeah, agreed. No, I agree. Just because we haven't seen it, it's got to be proven.
We haven't seen him. We've seen him in a few plays where they were up so big that it didn't matter what the hell he did.
Yeah.
So I mean, and nobody's even named him the starter yet, bro.
That's true too. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah.
I mean,
But-
chances are he's a starter, and he did some good things in the plays he was in. But I mean, he hasn't run a whole gauntlet of an SEC schedule.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I know.
I
I
mean,
know.
our schedule's light as hell. I give you that, but I mean, it's still the SEC.
The
Yeah,
Lions.
Missouri wasn't good. Missouri almost beat us last year. They weren't good.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
have a question. Is Missouri Georgia's rival? I'm just joking around. So
yeah, that's funny, Nate.
No, but it's that's the part to me though of, and I know yes, it's football as a whole, but in the SEC it seems like you're not bringing it every single game. That's how you slip up and lose.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
mess around and not show up.
I think Georgia has so much talent, like I said, at every position that it's going to be hard for whoever our starting quarterback is to mess up. But at the same time, he's still a fresh quarterback in the SEC, really.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've seen people in the SEC be fresh quarterbacks and get eaten alive. So, I mean, I'm not saying he will. I just think that I'm more doubtful this year of a 12-0 team than I was last year or the year before.
Yeah. No, I get that just because of the schedule.
Yeah, just because he's fresh, bro.
Yeah, I do think, and I think confidence is huge when it comes to sports in general. Yes,
Yeah.
I think confidence is huge, but what we're going to see is Carson Beck is going to have a lot of time to build confidence because of the schedule, and not just Carson, but Brock Vandagriff, whoever.
Yeah.
Like that's what I can't wait for is the amount of confidence that gets to get built up.
I'm surprised all three of them stayed, dude.
I know, dude.
I mean, it must truly be a competition still if they're all staying, in my mind.
Yeah, but I just hope it really is a competition. I hope it's not.
It is, dude. I don't think Kirby. I think that every position on that field's a competition, bro, with him.
But what I'm saying is, I hope Kirby's not doing the whole. I'm just gonna say it's a competition so nobody leaves.
Yeah, but I don't think he is. Those guys, man, this day and age, dude, those guys got money to make, and they know where they can get their millions, dude. They'd be gone.
Yeah.
If they truly thought Kirby was one-minded in the quarterback he was going to have, I think they'd be gone, dude. I'd be gone if I was in that position.
Yeah. No, I know that. Yeah, I agree.
This day and age, there's too many SEC teams that need a big-time quarterback for them to just hang out and stay, bro.
I think. And I think what Kirby is selling, and this is what's getting people to stay, and I hope it is. I really hope it is. I really, really think Kirby is like telling them, "Yo, if you play at Georgia for a year, if you play at Georgia for a year, you have a better chance at getting drafted than going to Ole Miss for 3 years. Like if you play quarterback here and you have a SEC championship winning season, you know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, I think he does a good job of selling that. But come on, TB. If I'm a quarterback that's a 5-star, like every quarterback they have in the quarterback room right now, and I've been used to being the biggest badass in my high school for 4 years, you know? And then all of a sudden, all I'm doing is sitting the bench at Georgia when all these other SEC teams need damn players, quarterbacks. I mean, come on, bro. My ass will be gone, dude. Look at how teams need a quarterback, dude. Auburn needs a quarterback. Alabama doesn't have a sure starting quarterback. I mean, he's good, but we don't know how good he is, right? Ole Miss needs a quarterback. I mean, you're in the primest conference in the world.
That's
Either Kirby's one hell of a damn competitive coach where he's got them all believing they could start, even though it's not true, or it is true that they could all start.
I'm with you, bro. Honestly, if it was me, I know I would go somewhere else.
I'd go somewhere else. Are you kidding me, man? The NFL money's too good, bro.
Yep.
It's too good to not go somewhere else.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying going somewhere else is letting Georgia down or whatever. It's about your career and your future, bro. If you're a 5-star quarterback and you're not getting the starting time at Georgia, go somewhere where you start.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. I mean, I'd be gone in a second, dude.
Just because I could ball out on my stats and get drafted that way.
That's all it's about, dude.
Yeah.
But I think Kirby's created, like you said, I think Kirby's created such a culture there that they all feel like they can start if they play their ass off. And if they do start and play their ass off, the ceiling is millions of dollars in the next level. Whereas if they go to like an Auburn or somewhere like that and start and play like shit, they could lose money.
Yep.
Which is pretty badass in my opinion. The fact that you stay at Georgia and sit the bench just because you're on Georgia and back-to-back natties or 3-peats or whatever the hell it entails, or go to some other SEC team where you get your ass and brains beat out the whole time and never get a damn contract because you're hurt.
Well, and Jack proves to your point where you're talking about with Kirby. He said, "You think you would be gone, just like we all thought Brock Vandagriff would be gone by now, but something is keeping him at Georgia. Something is happening at Georgia that I think is special." And that, Jack, what I think that is that in a huge circle, I think it's Kirby proving to these guys, you come here for 1 year, you could get drafted and go play and be successful. Even if you sat for 2 to 3 years, you're playing the number 1 defense in the nation every day in practice.
Without or anything, bro.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, and true. Yeah, you're 1 play away from being the starter. Even if Carson Beck gets the starting job, we could be game 2 and him roll an ankle and can't play the next week. Brock Vandagriff's your starter.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
And you're starting for a team that has way more talent than any other team in the SEC.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to make you look better. Yeah.
And that's true. They're not going to fault them for staying there, bro. I mean, they're back-to-back national champions, dude. I mean, come on, bro. They go to the combine and sling that ball around, do what they've done for years, man. They'll be in the first round.
That's
the least.
That's gonna be crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
But what's your thoughts on? I mean, I know the 12-team playoff is already set, but is there even possibilities for upsets or no?
I mean, I think the upsets are going to come in that 5 through 12 range. I think the first 4 teams are going to be solid enough that, you know what I'm saying. The first 4 teams are going to be strong enough that you're not going to see a lot with them.
I get what you're saying, but I have a feeling that a 4-3 seed might get upset by 11 or 10 seed, because the reason why I say that is just like TCU did in Michigan. Yeah, I laugh about it, but they want to play football, like out of the start, and that's what I see in the future.
And Nate, Nate, you're not wrong about upsets. The part that what I'm saying is teams like Georgia that are, so fast, so strong, even like a Bama or Ohio State, teams that are in that 8, 9, 10, 11, that they just don't have the talent to be able to compete with it. So you may have a hot player, but it's not like basketball where you see the really, really small team and dude goes out there and drops 41 points and they beat you. Like this, you could have a hot player and Georgia's going to go, okay, well, we're going to double him, throw it to somebody else.
They have like 5 top players, and
but then that would have to mean that those 5 players were hot multiple games in a row. And that's really hard in college football.
Like Lou says, one player on a basketball team can make all the difference in the world. 1 or 2 or 3 players on a football team can't do it.
Yeah, and I agree, Nate. You can have somebody get hot. I do think you'll have players do well, but it's hard as crap for those players to do well multiple games in a row.
Yeah, I just think it comes back to a depth issue, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's not impossible, though, Nate. It's not impossible.
No, it's not impossible. Generally speaking, the team with the most depth always wins in football.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, I get it, but
I agree with, I'm with you, Nate. I like the 12-team playoff. I want more bowl games to be relevant. I want more playoff games. The much of that I can get, the better. As a fan,
Yeah.
Now whether that translates to an upset or not, I'm just not sure.
Right. Now I do want that to happen. Well, probably not for my team, but maybe for like a hated team or.
But I don't think TCU beating Michigan was a huge upset, bro.
Yeah, I think TCU was really good.
Like I think Michigan's defense just had some issues and they didn't.
Yeah, I had a really bad feeling about that game because I had a bad feeling about like last year they didn't really show up that well because of I think I don't think it was the players. I think it was the coaching staff that didn't prepare the players that well.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Players, but
I think they were looking ahead, to be honest. Exactly. I think Michigan got caught because I'm sure they were looking at it like, oh man, this is TCU. They're not that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I was thinking. But you get what I'm saying, though, right? TB, I
get that.
They didn't really prepare for that game at all. That was my worst nightmare for that game. But
it makes sense why that is a good point because you saw them go in there and make TCU look better than what they possibly really were, and then you had Georgia go, "We're not going to underestimate you," and then they beat them 45,000-3 in the first quarter.
Yeah, but damn, Michigan gave up 14 points on turnovers.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I think that's offense and defense not showing up for that game.
I mean, Michigan scored close to 50 points in that game.
Yeah.
They should have won the game, dude. They didn't their defense just faltered.
Yeah.
Like Duggan made them pay when he had to make them pay, and they didn't plan for that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Georgia shut Duggan down. Duggan didn't do shit against us.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I actually shut that game off.
And I don't think Georgia's defense had a ton more speed than Michigan's does, but Michigan just thought they could just sit back on their heels and stop them when they wanted to.
Right.
Dude, it looked like Georgia, we talk about Georgia wanting to stop the run all the time. It looked like against TCU, Georgia stopped the pass and tried to make them run, and TCU didn't want to do it. That's why we saw Max Duggan try to scramble so much.
Yeah, Duggan got his ass whooped, bro. Against Michigan, he had some big hits, but he made major yardage on some of his scrambles, and he didn't do that against us at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but like I said, that's the depth issue. When you got players that have that kind of speed in the defense all over the board, The quarterback can't make you pay.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, because he can't get anywhere.
He can't.
I agree. No matter where he goes,
he can scramble anyway, and there's so much speed that he's screwed.
Yep. I mean,
like that's what C.J. Stroud did so well, is the fact that he didn't run all year, so we didn't think he was going to do it this time, and he made us pay.
He did. Yeah,
he almost single-handedly won the game for them.
Yeah.
Should have, in my opinion, if the damn field goal kicker wasn't a chump.
Yeah.
I mean, but he made us pay in ways that we weren't used to with him. You know, TCU didn't do anything unpredictable against us. I mean,
no, that's a good point, and that goes back to your point, Nate, of what you were talking about, upsets. It takes a Ohio State team with arguably a top 3 most talented roster in the nation to throw a curveball at you, and they still couldn't beat us.
Like, imagine if C.J. Stroud scrambled like that against Michigan, Nate. Where would y'all have been?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably just...
You probably would have lost and been 12-1 or 11-1 and whatever, just like Ohio State was.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I was shocked at how Georgia didn't plan for that to begin with, but I think he's just a really good scrambler.
Yeah, that too.
Even though he didn't need it his whole college career. I mean, I think he should have done more against y'all, but I mean, he didn't need it against 98% of the teams he played.
You know, he's still complaining about that. It's not 2 years ago. I don't know, but he's still complaining about that winter game or winter showdown against Michigan at Michigan Stadium. C.J. Stroud is.
Dude, he's gonna regret losing to y'all the rest of his life, bro.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, seriously, it's just like Bryce Young's gonna regret losing damn Bennett the rest of his life.
Yeah, LSU, Tennessee.
And it's crazy because we talk about the depth deal. You had Marvin Harrison get put out of that game, and Ohio State fans are going, "Oh man, y'all got lucky. Y'all wouldn't have won if you." You know how Georgia could have said that about 50 games in the last 20, 25 years. How many times I've heard, we haven't said it like that, but how many times it's been like, "Oh man, so and so went down. We're screwed." So and so,
that's like we were talking about earlier. That's one thing I love about Georgia, dude. We can get in a shootout now, bro. We don't want to, but we can.
Yeah. And if we have a player go down, guess what? He's just as good.
Yeah, we got another 5-star stepping in behind him, bro.
Dude, and you saw that with the DN situation 2 years ago. Adam Anderson gets in law trouble. He goes out. Then you have Robert Beal come in, and in the last 4 or 5 games of the season, he leads the team in sacks for the whole year. And you're like, whoa, okay. Then you had Nolan Smith get hurt. Boom, what happens? You had Chaz Chambliss step up. Like,
you see what depth does at all positions, bro.
You don't have that excuse of, well, man, he just wasn't ready. Like, don't have that excuse. And I know, man, I can tell that some of the kids that I train and coach, when they first get to know me or first are around me, they don't fully understand why I am the way I am. And it kind of annoys them a little bit. And then there's always that click moment where it hits and they're like, I see why you do what you do. Like, and that's that I need you to be ready now. And it's like, Coach, I'm a freshman. Why do I have to be ready now? Because I might need you. And then all of a sudden you do need them, and they're like, oh, I'm glad I worked my tail off for this. Like, I know. I love it.
Yeah. But, you go ahead, David. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'm about to shut it down. So you finish what you were going to say, Nate, and I'll let UJ close us out.
Do you have work tomorrow, or are you just off tomorrow? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I'm actually off all day tomorrow, so we can do a stream tomorrow around lunch, Nate.
Okay. I'm off tomorrow too. So, one word, I guess. Go blue. Have a good night.
You too, buddy. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Close us out in football prayer, so UJ.
Damn, Edward said go blue balls. That's how I'll close this out. And cheers to the shit show.
So is he live on YouTube?
He came back on YouTube tonight, bro, right before you started.
Let's go. I see you, Eddie.
He's probably still on there. I haven't been over there in an hour, but he's probably still on there.
I need to go over there and look.
Yeah,
Now,
yep.
dude, I appreciate you jumping on. This was good. I love talking about recruiting.
Martinez is doing for Slob softball, and let's go.
Yeah, I'll find out. I know we'll lock it down.
Friday night's on me, bro. So,
well, I appreciate you, dude. I hope you have a good night, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
We'll talk to you soon. Go Dogs.
Yes, sir. See you, bro. All right, everybody. Thank you for jumping on here. This was super exciting to me. Super exciting to all of us. We really, really getting closer and closer to college football. So let's do it. Continue to have some more videos like this, and I will see you guys very soon. Peace.